Hello. So today we don't have snow, we just have gale force winds and rain. Whoop-de-doo! That's what I get for living in Scotland. Anyway, so today I thought I'll talk to you about something totally unrelated to the weather, which is willpower. It's interesting, isn't it, this time of year, because everybody's thinking about New Year's resolutions, and actually I think by now the statistics are something like 80 odd percent of people will have already given up on their New Year's resolution, which is a really interesting thing if you think about it. There I go with the word interesting again. Because actually, if you think about your resolution, let's take something obvious like give up smoking. So when you set your resolution, do you think that you're going to give up smoking this month and then next month you'll start again? When you set a resolution, you actually are setting a marker for the person you want to become in the long term. At some point in your future, you want to become a non-smoker. That's what you know if you said you want to give up smoking. So really, if you think about it, what does it matter in the long term if sometime in the middle of January things get on top of you and you have a cigarette? Have you really blown your New Year's resolution to become a non-smoker? Because in reality, you have the rest of your life to become a non-smoker. And the interesting thing about goals is, lots of people talk about goals as being really important, as being giving us a clear idea of where we're going. But let's think about a goal for a moment. Let's think about a weight loss goal, for example, because there's lots of people who want to lose weight. You set a weight loss goal that you get down to a size 12, let's say. UK sizes, that is, by the way. And when I work with weight loss clients, we never talk about weight, because the scales are as relevant to your weight loss journey as the weather is outside. You don't want to lose weight so you can walk down the high street, throw a set of scales on the ground and go, yay, look how much I weigh. You want to lose weight so that you feel better in yourself, so that you feel healthier, so that you fit in clothes, all that sort of stuff. So let's say you want to be a size 12. Now, you can do various diets, various exercise regimes, really work at it, work really hard and get to a size 12. And then what? What are you going to do when you get to a size 12? If you've had to work so hard to get to that size, can you see yourself genuinely working at that level for the next 10 years of your life? What does it really mean to you to get to your goal? And that's the problem with goals, because there's a number of things that can happen when you reach your goal. First thing that happens, you go, woohoo, I've reached my goal, and you take the foot off the gas. So all those things that you've been doing so well, you take a break from them, which means things slip. And then the next time you need to do it, it becomes harder. You miss your goal, so you beat yourself up because you've worked really hard and you still haven't met your goal. And well, what's the point of working so hard if I'm not going to meet my goal anyway? I might as well just enjoy myself while I'm doing it. But then while you enjoy yourself, you're feeling guilty because you're not doing all the things you want to do to meet your goal. That's a problem with a hard and fast goal, some stake in the ground. And the reality is that our brains don't work very well with goals. We need instant gratification. That is why the scales work so well for people who want to lose weight. Because they can go, oh, look, I've lost half a pound. Oh, look, I've gained a pound. I need to change my behaviour. But the reality is that doesn't help you in the long term. So our brains need instant gratification, but we need to know where we're heading. And the problem is that when you battle to get that instant gratification, then you can kind of get caught in this try-fail loop that doesn't get you anywhere you want to be. And actually, it just makes your life kind of miserable, doesn't it, really? If you asked 100 people if they'd like £5 now or £20 in 3 weeks, almost all of them would take the £5 now, because that's just the way our brains work. So instead of goals, when I work with my clients, I like to think of the idea of a sort of a beacon in the sky. Some light up there in the distance. And in that beacon is an image of the person that you'd like to become in 10 years' time. If you were a fly on the wall, watching as you got up in the morning, as you did everything in your day-to-day, from breakfast through the middle of the morning, through to lunchtime, all that sort of stuff, if you were to watch yourself, what would you like to see yourself doing? Would you like to see yourself standing on the scales, weighing out your breakfast? Or would you like to see yourself putting on your running gear and going for a run and enjoying the scenery? Would you like to see yourself getting dressed to go out to work? Or would you like to see yourself taking the dogs for a walk? What is the thing, when you think of how do you want your life to be every single day for the next 10 years, where do you see yourself going? Because I bet you it's not all the battles that you're having right now. And if it's not, then you need to find a different way of setting your goals up. In that beacon, that light in the sky, that place that you can always see, whether you're walking forward, whether you're stood still, whether you take a step sideways, none of that matters, because a beacon is something that's always there. And when you have to make a choice right now, you can say, does this get me closer to my beacon? Or does this take me further away from my beacon? Or does this just mean that for now, I'm not doing anything, I'm just staying where I am? Because sometimes that's okay. And someone shared with me a while back a phrase which I love, which is, the road to success has many parking spaces. Every journey has its pauses. But if you've got a beacon in the sky, those pauses don't take on this great significance of failure and this kind of judgment cycle that you put yourself through. Those moments, those pauses, just become a time to take stock. Maybe there's stuff going on in life. And the last thing that you need to think about is the quality of the food that you're eating. Maybe you've got somebody in the family who's ill and you actually just need energy to get through your day. Maybe now isn't the right time to do something, or maybe it is, I don't know. But if you are motivating yourself to do something, rather than set yourself a hard and fast goal that one day you're going to reach and then go, I'm lost, what do I do with my life now? Set yourself a beacon, set yourself something that you could just keep glancing up to. And if you just spend a few minutes every day refining that beacon, just thinking about all the things that you need to do, that helps with your willpower. Amazingly enough, the ability to control your thoughts gives you more control of your thoughts, funnily enough. So the more you practice it, the better it gets. And the brain is like a muscle. That precious 10% that's left is where your thinking sits, where your ability to apply self-control sits. So if your goal is to give up smoking and you're not the sort of person that can just stop, then you can do things like, if you're right-handed, smoke with your left hand. You can change your brand of cigarettes. You can do all sorts of things to take control of what seems like it's out of control. If it's eating, if let's say the thing that you have a problem with is snacking on crisps, well, then allow yourself to have the crisps, but say, I'll have them in 10 minutes time. Take control of the out of control. I will have a packet of crisps. Sounds weird when I say that, doesn't it? But I will eat them in 10 minutes time. Or I will have some crisps, but I'll put some in a bowl and I'll put the rest away in the cupboard. And then if I want some more, I will have to get up and I will have to go to the cupboard and get them. And it doesn't matter that you eat them. In the long term, in 10 years' time, that you ate a packet of crisps now does not really matter. What matters is that you start to take control of the out of control situation. And by doing that, you can actually develop and strengthen your muscles in your head so that you'll find it easier next time you need to take control. Now, like everything, if your subconscious has a particularly good reason for you to eat crisps, for example, then ultimately your subconscious will always win, because in fairness, it's in charge 90% of the time and its job is to keep you safe. So if it thinks eating crisps makes you really happy and you're having a day where you're feeling really sad, guess what's going to happen? It's going to go for happy. You can't win. So sometimes you need to clear stuff out the way. But it is possible to train your brain to improve your willpower. I do have, actually, because I've got a very clever husband, I have an app that allows you, it's only on Apple devices right now, but it trains. It's a 7-day workout for training up your brain and training up your willpower. If you go to the App Store and you have to search TICI willpower, weird naming stuff with Apple and all sorts of technicalities, and we will work on that, but if you just search willpower, for some reason it won't find it. TICI, which is Think It, Change It, willpower. And you can get the 7-day workout for your brain. If you don't have an Apple device, you can email dawn@thinkitchangeit.com and I will add you to a mail list. It comes with a very powerful download that is like a rocket up your bum to boost your willpower, stop you procrastinating, get you motivated to do stuff. And it comes with 7 daily tasks that support that download. So that's my thoughts on willpower. There is always something we can do, but be aware if the battle is too hard and too exhausting, that means your subconscious is trying to